Hello, everybody. So, I was originally going to um, shoot a video about makeup, but instead of doing that, I decided to go live because we need to have a conversation. So, there are buzzings around that they are going to ban TikTok. And I never want to tell people how to deal with bad news or whatever, but y'all need to wake the fuck up. It is not funny that the US government is saying they're going to ban an app because it is a Chinese app. They're going to ban it in the US because it is a Chinese app. A quote from the what is his name? Hold on. This is a quote right here in the story that I read from CNN.com, reputable source for the most part. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says, and I quote, he said, with respect to Chinese apps on people's cell phones, I can assure you the United States will get this one right too, Laura, he said. I don't want to get out in front of the president, but it's something we're looking at, end quote. In the same article, a Washington top diplomat added that people should only download the app if you want your private information in the hands of the Chinese Communist Party. I'm sorry, but does that not sound racist to y'all? Like, does that not sound like an issue to y'all? Like, I don't see what's funny. They're literally saying that they're going to ban an app because it is a Chinese app. That is literally against our First Amendment right. First Amendment right. Shall I read it for you? The First Amendment in the U.S. Constitution protects the freedom of speech, religion, and the press. It also protects the right to peaceful protest and petition the government. Okay? Y'all, saying that they're going to ban an app, a Chinese app, in the U.S. is a direct violation of our First Amendment constitutional rights. This is fascism, people. This is it. Okay? You don't think that it's a freaking coincidence that TikTok is one of the leading platforms right now where a lot of people are still sharing information about Black Lives Matter. This is how we're getting information out there. This is how people are warning people if something's a trap. This is how people are warning people what protests to go to and what not to protest. I get the bulk of my information from activists on TikTok. They're telling us the things that they won't show on the news. And you think it's a coincidence and you think it's funny that they might be trying to ban a form that's literally helping to get important information, especially about Black Lives Matter out there. It's not funny. You should be quaking in your fucking boots right now. Like, what is funny about this situation? It's going to start with that. It's going to start with, first it's going to be, oh no, we're going to take away your TikTok because it's a Chinese app. Then it's going to be, we're going to erase your posts because it goes against what it goes against the president or whatever. They still do it now. They delete people's posts on Facebook that are anti-president, or they block them. They block them if they're anti-Trump. They block their right to free speech. This is no joke. They're taking away our rights. They've been doing this and doing this and doing this. This isn't a joke, y'all. Like, it's not funny. I don't understand. I don't get where the humor comes into this. I really don't get it. Oh yeah, they're deleting TikTok. See you later. No, bitch, you should be causing a ruckus. You shouldn't be talking about some damn making a video like check out my Instagram. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I am so fucking sick of these people being so ignorant about what's going on in front of their fucking faces. Do y'all know where this world is heading? Are you prepared? Y'all really don't think that this could turn or is turning into a dictatorship when that's what's happening. It's happening right in front of our faces, yo. It's happening right in front of our faces. But it's a fucking joke that they're infringing on your First Amendment rights? Come on. Get it together. Saying banning an app because it is based in China is racist. Do you get that? It's racist. It's pure racism. It's pure fascism. It's pure xenophobia. That's all it is. That's all it is. Y'all get that, right? I hope that it's connecting. And I'm sorry if I'm coming off a little rude, but this is ridiculous. This is like fucking ridiculous. Wake the fuck up, y'all. You should be fucking scared. Wake the fuck up. Don't fucking make goodbye videos. Tell them they can't do this. Do whatever you can to let them know that they cannot silence you. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to silence us. It's what they're doing. They don't want us to keep talking. They don't like that we're educating ourselves. They don't like that we're thinking for ourselves. So they're trying to silence us. Why are we letting them do that? Why are we treating this as a joke? This is not a fucking joke. Get it together. It just boggles my mind, like it's right there in front of y'all. It's right there in front of us. We see it. That man's a dictator. He's a fucking dictator. He's doing everything in his power to kill minorities. He's doing everything in his power to make sure that we can't get health care, that we can't get any type of insurance, that we can't get access to things that could make our lives fruitful. He's doing it. Wake the fuck up. It's absolutely in our faces. What the fuck are we gonna do, y'all? We need collective action. Tell him no more. No fucking more. He's got to stop. And not just him, because everybody needs to recognize Trump is just the face. There's a bunch of people around him in Congress, in the House of Representatives, and in other areas of the government that are also thinking just like him. It's not just him. It's the whole shebingle. It's all of them, okay? So a lot of people focus too much on Trump, and yes, he's an issue, but look at the other people around him, y'all. Look at the other people around him. I'm getting really sick of people not taking what they see in front of them seriously, because I think that a lot of people are they're like, this is America. We are one of the most free countries in the world. It could never end up like this country or that country when it's literally on the way there. Like, everyone talks shit about this dictator and that dictator, and are freaking racist because they're saying, well, they're not white. They don't know free land. They don't know that. These are American ideals. This is America ideals. When literally the same shit that some of these other countries are going through is happening in front of our faces. It's happening. It's turning into it. And people think it's a fucking joke. What is funny, sis? Tell me the joke. Tell me the fucking joke, sis. I want to know it. I want to know the joke. This man and his co-conspirators have taken rights away from trans people. This man and his co-conspirators have shot rubber bullets, blinded people, hurt people who were peacefully protesting. This man said, once the looting starts, the shooting starts. This man said he would kill people who are looting. It is okay to shoot people who are looting. This man is reversing all of these things that are supposed to help people and gouging money out of it. And people just have their blinders on. They have their fucking blinders on. Like, this shit is scary. This is not funny. This is not fucking funny, yo. This is not funny. Black people are fucking scared to leave their houses at night. There's been 6 fucking hangings since George Floyd died. 6. And they're all being labeled suicides? Suicides. Black people are going to hang themselves from trees and poles? No. That ain't us. Black people would not kill themselves like that. They would not. And they're covering it up. They're saying it's suicide. They're trying to block people who are giving information. They're trying to silence us. They're trying to take away all of our resources that we share with each other, and using the internet is one of those, and apps are one of those resources, and they're trying to stomp out on that because there's a lot of us who are speaking out against it, and they don't like it. They don't fucking like it, and they're trying to silence us. Stop laughing, you dumb, I can't say that word. Stop laughing, you silly bitches. Open your fucking eyes and see what's going on in front of you. I'm not here to rile up anybody. I'm just here for you to think. Think. Open your ears. Open your eyes. Like, come on, y'all. It's getting real out here. It's getting real out here. They're freaking kids in cages. They're attacking Native people on their own land. Their own land. Treated land. And they are trying to take it away from the people it belongs to. There's people in cages. They're banning Chinese apps. They're taking away immigration rights. They're taking away LGBTQ protections. This is fascism, y'all. Everybody always talks about fascism everywhere else. But nobody is opening their eyes. And when I say nobody, I know there's lots of people talking about it, but there's a big percentage of people who aren't getting the seriousness of the situation. I am no witch doctor. I am an African spiritualist, and I have vibes. For weeks, I have felt that something is coming. Weeks. And no, I don't mean violence, at least not in the physical sense. And no, I don't mean a race war, helter skelter. No, I don't mean that. But something is coming. And I know I'm not the only person who's feeling that something is wrong. Something is very wrong, and that we're at a tipping point. We're at a tipping point right now. Something is wrong, and something's going to happen. I don't know what that something is. Or maybe it's a couple of somethings. Maybe it's a couple of somethings. Because I listed the couple of somethings to go to the big dipper that's going to dip over. Come on, y'all. It's not funny. It's scary. I'm scared. I'm sitting here. I'm speaking out about this. You know, I'm doing what I can to advocate and be an activist. But don't get it twisted. I get scared. 100% I get scared. But guess what? It's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than you. We have to do this. We have to come together collectively, and we have to keep letting them know that they cannot infringe on our rights. They can't do this. Or wait, they can because they've done it. But there are laws against this. But they created those laws. They create the laws. So they think that they can just smash through the laws because they created the laws. Do you agree? Do you freaking agree? Or are you going to fucking stand up and say no? Them banning this isn't funny. Them deleting this isn't funny. Them doing this isn't funny. Them doing that isn't funny. Or are you going to let these people take away your fucking right? We're at a tipping point, y'all. I feel it inside. I have never felt so uneasy in my life. I have never felt so afraid to exist in my life. I have never been more afraid to speak my mind in my life. I have never been so afraid to share a post in my life. I have never been so afraid to make a live video on YouTube as I am right now, this minute, speaking and talking about things I'm legally allowed to talk about. Legally allowed to express my opinion on what is going on in the state of this world, but never have I been more fucking afraid. And you know what I'm really thinking? I really think that a lot of people don't understand the definition of fascism. So I'm going to give you a quick definition of what fascism is. Fascism is a form of far-right, authoritarian, ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, Trump, forcible suppression of opposition, what the cops have been doing to protesters, as well as a strong regimentation of society. Oh, that's happening. The far right is making it happen. And of the economy, which came to prominence in the early 20th century Europe. I'm sorry, but does that not sound like the state of the world right now? Does that not sound like the state of the world right now? And they're pushing this they've always pushed this idea that communism is the worst thing in the entire world, that communism is evil and it's this and it's that. And I also realize a lot of people don't understand the definition of communism. So let me give you a quick definition. A political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and their needs. Tell me, people who are anti-communist, tell me what about that definition bothers you and why you think capitalism is the better alternative. Because we're a capitalist society, honey, and things aren't so great for a certain set of people. And things are great for rich white people, especially rich white men. But for everybody else, capitalism does not work. So if capitalism isn't working, why are we pushing that capitalism is the only way for the US to thrive? Why? Why? Explain to me why we think. Please, I want to have a conversation. If you are a capitalist, talk to me. Hit my freaking comments and tell me why you think capitalism is the right way despite all the issues that America has had under a capitalist society. Explain to me, and I'll listen, and we can have a conversation. If you're civil, I'll try to be civil. Just don't come at me sideways. This shit's all related. It's all related. It's all just a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. It starts with little things. It may not seem that big in the long run. Oh, you're banning a Chinese app, but it starts with little things, and then it gradually gets higher and higher. I mean, let's be honest. It's been big, but I just don't think people don't care when it's not affecting them. The Muslim ban doesn't affect most white people. There are some white Muslims, but they don't affect the white people down here. It don't affect the white people down here. The African ban, yes, there was a ban on Africans as well, and there are African Muslims, of course, but they also have been banning a lot of Africans from coming into this country as well. Okay, it's all connected. Like, it doesn't affect you. So once this starts affecting people, I promise you, once it starts affecting white people as much as it's going to, because it's not just us who's going to suffer. I think that white people don't understand that they're going to suffer too under this fascist regime we're having right now. Like, they think it's gonna be all like hunky-dory, but can I just say, unless you're rich, it's not gonna be hunky-dory for you. For you too, baby. It's not gonna be hunky-dory. We have seen it in history time and time and time again that there are two classes of whites. There's the undesirables, and then there are the acceptables. So let's not pretend like I think that a lot of poor white people, hence why they voted for Trump, really thought that Trump was going to come out here and do something for them. Trump is a rich white man who is backed by rich white men, who cares about rich white men and women and others, but we're going to focus on men, okay? Trump does not care about poor people. He doesn't care about poor Black people or poor white people. But he does want your votes. He wants your votes. Oh, yeah, 100%. He wants your votes. He wants you to wild out for him. He wants you to do that. Of course, 100%. Like, I'm just so frustrated. Like, I'm trying to have an ordered conversation about what this video was about, which is about fascism, racism, and the whole TikTok scenario. And excuse me if I'm jumping, but I'm real heated and I'm really upset. And hold on, I need a cup of water because I am thirsty. That dog just dropped a huge juice. Yeah, and I'm heated and I'm trying to make sure I'm staying ordered and that I'm staying to the facts and what I'm trying to say. But if I'm jumping around, I apologize. I'm just very, very passionate about this. And I'm trying to educate some people. And I'm trying to let y'all know that the world is not headed for positive things right now. It's not. It's not. This is just the beginning. My grandma believed in the end of days. She was Christian. And she always said it may not come in the like that ideology in the Bible of fire and brimstone or water or some natural disaster. It may not come in that way. Sometimes the end of days can represent an ending of a phase in the world, can be the ending of an ideology in the world, or ending of just the world as we know it. Like, it can be multiple things. The end of days doesn't have to be this physical push. It doesn't have to be a tsunami or a hurricane. It could be what's going on right now, today, in society. Like, that could be it. I think, and like I said, I think that a lot of people are under the impression that we couldn't have a Holocaust down here. We're having one. We're having one right now. It may not be what you think it is. It may not be in the same way, but it's happening in front of our eyes. How do thousands of migrant children go missing? How? How are they going missing? How are thousands and thousands and thousands of indigenous women missing? Explain it to me. Really explain it to me. How are tons of African women missing and Black women missing? Nowhere to be found. I don't know how you lose thousands of migrant children, but y'all need to explain that to me. Y'all need to explain that to me. Tell me. This entire order that is going on is based off of racism, fascism, xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, and basically all other forms of oppression, and trying to oppress and suppress voices. Okay? That's what it is. Point blank, period. Stop thinking them infringing on your rights is a joke and start acting. Okay? I believe that most forms of protest are valid. Okay? Most. There are some forms of protest I don't believe in. I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of what I think those are. No, I don't think looting and rioting is the wrong way to do it. Not at all. I don't think there's a right way to protest, but there are definitely ways I don't agree with. And I will get into that at a separate video. Call your local mayor. Sign petitions. I'm going to link some petitions for you to sign in the description, including some to help individuals and some that include trying to bring change within the government and change within diverse spaces and with diversity. So I definitely am going to link some, but I'm also going to link some that have to do with calling your local government, write letters, like go on hunger strikes, if you can, or not even, you don't even have to do a hunger strike. There are ways, y'all. There are ways to get people to listen. Boycott. July 4th through 7th. It's the 7th now. You're supposed to be boycotting. If you weren't boycotting, fine. Boycott for just a couple days. Don't go out and spend your money. Or if you must spend money, buy Black. If you can't buy Black, buy minority. Just go down to where you live and go support a Chinese restaurant or go support a locally owned Latinx owner. Like, go do that. Boycott, hit them where they hurt. The pockets, that's where they hurt. That's all that this fucking country cares about is money. That's it. Just money. Hit them where it fucking hurts. Okay? March. Don't use public systems. Once again, boycotting. Don't ride the bus. Don't ride the train. Like, I know it fucking sucks. Like, I know we got to make a living. We got life to lead. But what are we making a living for? What are we making a living for? What are we thriving and grinding for? Because I don't like what I'm gonna see. I don't like it. So really think about that. If they're having a blackout, support it. Support Black creators. Support minority creators. Support what the movements that are going on right now. Support them. Okay? Give to individuals. Share information. Educate yourself on what's going on around. I know that watching the news is hard. Believe me, I don't like watching the news, but I've had to open myself up to reading more things, because if I'm not aware, if we're not aware, then how are you going to create change if I'm not aware? If I'm not aware of what's going on in the world, how am I going to create change? All right, y'all. That was my talk for today. As I've talked about in the past, the direction of my channel is going to change. Yes, I'm still a makeup and music blogger. I'm going to do makeup and music related things, but I will also be talking about politics, Black Lives Matter, and other things that are important to me and that I care about, while doing some of the other things that I do in fact do, which is makeup and music. I know for some people this might be a place where you just want to see somebody put on some makeup, but I'm sorry, there's too much in the world going on for me to just not talk about these things. I don't have a large platform on this, especially right here. Maybe on other parts, but I don't have a large platform. But to the people who do listen and who do watch, thank you. And the people who do interact, thank you. I appreciate you. And I hope that I taught you something, or that you heard something today that made you want to go out and maybe make some changes. Protect yourselves out here. Stay informed. Don't let these people fool you into thinking everything is okay. It's not. Open your eyes, open your ears, open your hearts. I gotta go. Stay gay and stay informed. I love y'all.